Give us an idea when it's going to be.
I've absolutely no idea. You'll come up with a date.
David.
History Voice, yes sir.
Concert Productions, are they sponsoring a world tour? Like they did with the Stones, are you guaranteed an income?
Am I guaranteed an income? My time alive I should be.
David?
I'd like to know how you feel about the state of pop music in the 80s, having started in the late 60s. Do you find it better or worse? Like the coming of Storket
It's
and
difficult to
Waterman?
say, you know, late 60s. Well, we haven't got a Jimi Hendrix now, but on the other hand, we haven't got Billy J. Kramer either, but we do have the Pixies, but we also have the Nini. So I don't think it's all relative. I think there's some really great bands around, you know. I think there's some Dross.
David, I think I'm the only Russian reporter here. Could you please answer a question?
Yeah.
David?
Yeah.
David, I'm sorry. Could you please answer a question of the Soviet Union?
Yes, Stalingrad, we're in. Are you from Leningrad or Moscow?
Moscow.
Ah, sorry.
Do you have intent to come to Soviet Union? Because your fans are waiting for you there.
I would adore to. Boris and I once talked about the prospects many years ago, but it's. I'd love to. Yeah. Would you invite me?
Sure.
Thank you. I'd love to. Obviously, I'd love to play with. But
Would you play some music for us?
a new stage show. It'll be very simple, but it will, because it's me, it'll have a certain amount of theatrics attached to it.
Any chance of 76?
Yeah, a very strong chance it might be in that general direction. What?
Who's going to be playing with you on our solo tour?
On the tour, the backup band is the Adrian Ballou band. Adrian Ballou is a very fine guitarist that I've worked with in the past, who's got a super band. His band consists of Rick Fox on keyboards, Nick Hodges on drums, and Adrian Ballou. It's just three of them. And then I'm bringing in Erdal Kizilki, who's a guy that I work with quite a lot. Comes from Turkish, but he lives in Switzerland, but he plays funky American bass and other things. And he's playing bass with the band, so it'll be a four-piece band. That's it.
Where do you want to play the final show?
I wonder where it would be. It would be kind of nice to do something like this.
Will there be a live album?
I hadn't planned on one, frankly. I hadn't planned on one, but maybe. I mean, I generally record lots of stuff on tour, so we'll see, you know, if it's...
Who's working on the framework?
Carlos has been working on a future project with me, not this one. The reason being is that Carlos is more of a rhythm guitarist, and therefore, by virtue of that, needs to work with another guitarist as a lead guitarist, which brings the band up to a different kind of feeling. Having worked with Tin Machine over the last while, the idea of working as a four-piece is very appealing to me, so to get that out of my system, no exception, no girls going to do
David, will you not miss playing some of your great songs again live?
What in the future?
I mean,
after this
tour ends, yeah.
It'll be tough, yeah, because you know you kind of. The trouble is you tend to use them as a kind of a crutch, you know. It's well, I can always do that, and then I'll be safe, and you know, and that's not really what I want to do. And I've always stuck by most of the things I said I'm going to do, and it really is important for me to continue my enthusiasm and motivation is to keep looking at things afresh, which is something I've always done.
Do you have one song that you think symbolises David Bowie that you'd like to end maybe the final show on?
Rock and roll suicide. Sorry?
Who's working on the Fame remix with you?
The Fame remix?
Yeah.
Arthur Baker's done a Dynamite. But John Gass, who works with Babyface, the one that we're going for.
Have you re-recorded the vocals?
Hey?
Have you re-recorded any of the vocals?
No, they just did some stuff to them, you know? Some
David,
stuff.
what is to be going on tour with you?
Alyssa, not working. She'll come in and out. She's got her own, she's doing a Steve Martin movie at the moment. She'll be coming in and out of shows and things. No, I didn't. I said this would be the last show of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders. That's not quite the same as saying it.
But today you said that this will be the last time you're performing these songs.
Yeah.
Why should we believe you?
I just answered your question. I repeat it. No, in 1973 I said this was the last performance of Ziggy and the Spiders. And it was. So why should you believe me? Because that's right.
Is there anyone you still like to work with? Yeah.
Oh, hundreds of people. A lot. Offhand, what Rankers obviously springs to mind. Love to do some work with,
David?
probably with the Pixies would be fun to do something there. Yeah. I'm sorry, sir. I cannot.
Will the 1984 show be released in the UK or anywhere?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to put that on release. Well, there's a video in it?
Well, we've all heard and seen about it, but
Yeah.
nobody's ever got it, properly. It's a classic sort of thing.
I don't know. I don't really have any governance over it. It would be really nice to see it. You know, maybe we could inspire the people who own it to put it out.
David, is there any
Possibility we might see your son on stage?
No, I don't think he has anyway. He needs to become a stage artist.
You're not sure about your itinerary yet, but can we see you in Brazil?
I think you can expect to see him in Brazil. It's definitely, as I say, I haven't been there. I'd love to go. Anybody other questions? Yes. I'm going to be using video on the next tour, yeah. I think I'll probably be introducing it into performance in a way that it hasn't been seen before.
Will you be dancing with Melissa?
I just answered that, sir. No. No, that's just private.
What does it mean to be surrounded by your past here?
Sorry?
What does it mean to be surrounded by your past here?
I'd like to meet any man here who is not surrounded by his past.
Is there a portrait of Dorian Gray somewhere?
It's one that was a tough one to get to. Do that
Is
again.
there a portrait of Dorian Gray somewhere?
It's a portrait of Dorian Gray. Now we move to the European questions. It's a portrait of Dorian Gray. Well, in a kind of existential ways, yes. No, not really. That's a silly question.
Are there any songs you'd be too embarrassed to play?
Too what? Look, I'm done laughing. No, what else do you want? Let's something. I will again. Eh? Something off the Logic. Red Cyrus or something. Logic, that was the album that Adrian did with me. So we'll probably work it up a couple. Yes.
The lyrics on the Tin Machine album.
Yeah.
Dialects. With the next album, going on.
They're not violent lyrics. No, I'm sorry, I disagree with you. They may be stressed violently in an aggressive form, but they're not violent lyrics.
Aggressive,
All right?
then.
You go with me that far. Yeah?
Have you got a film, Rich, for Dad?
Or does it take the thing out of your question, like you say?
Oh, no.
All right,
I just
so-
think they are aggressive. You may disagree, but my opinion stays. And I want to know what are the main subjects you're singing on the new album.
Okay, fair enough. But is it going to be as aggressive as the last album? Is that what you're...
Yeah.
It's sensitively aggressive, the next album. No, I'm not escaping a question at all. It really is. There's a certain amount of... there's an aggressive attitude, but it's probably presented in a more melodic context. I think it was very odd being down in Sydney because we found that we all became a lot more reflective being down.
Anything from that for coming out now?
No.
Rich,
Nothing.
No.
go in a minute.
No,
What do you want to put?
Not yet, no.
Who produced the new album?
Tease.
Who's produced it? We have between us. Timish introduction.
Don't sing Palmer.
No, because we wanted to do it ourselves. And unfortunately, well, fortunately or unfortunately, depends how you look at it. Unfortunately, I'm playing rhythm guitar again because we wanted to keep it within the band. So Kevin is not. Kevin Armstrong, who's one of my favourite guitarists.
You've got a roll of film.
No, it's just
You've got to be back.
to Southwell.
Mr. Bowie, do you have a special remembrance of your last visit in Spain?
Do I have special remembrance of the last time we were in Spain? Yeah, it was crazy, but it's bonkers there. But very, in a very endearing way.
Last year you recorded a single beating around the block in terms of drugs.
Yeah.
Do you have any message for the young people today? Where I come from in Birmingham, the police are very concerned about the growth.
I don't blame them. I think everybody said quite enough to the kids about Drugs, I mean, I can only say my stand is I think they're inherently destructive. But I mean, I don't think it's just worth looking at what's happening on the street. I think it's worth looking at it'll get better. Put the matches better. I think it's worth also looking at what interests big business and some government agencies have in the creation of a massive drug problem in the Western Hemisphere. Tony and I have worked for a long, long time. We've parted far enough now. I just don't see it immediate. I've still got my books. I've still got my books. No, it's become more of a sort of thing on the shelf now. I'll show you. Remember this? Right in there.
Did you stop using that logic?
No, it went through till about the end of Let's Dance. We looked at it occasionally on Tin Machine and then put it back again.
You said earlier that your son was joining me on stage. Do you want to keep out of shows?
No, not at all. No, don't go saying things like that. No, the reason, not because I'm trying to keep him out of show business. The reason that he won't be joining me on stage is that he doesn't have any motivations in that general area. He likes listening to music, he doesn't actually want to perform. Does he like my music? He's liking Tin Machine. That's the thing that was like most, I think, recently.
What does he want to do?
I don't know, you'd have to ask him. I think what he wants to do is make sure all his A-levels come together, but who knows?
You got a working title for the Tin Machine album?
Yeah, I'm not telling you, it's a working title. No real title yet, no.
You spent Christmas with Mick?
Actually, I think it might be a big hurt.
David, you spent Christmas with Mick Jagger. Did you actually
Spend Christmas with Mick Jagger?
want to anyway?
What are you implying?
You've just seen him there, haven't you? Has he given you any tips or anything?
Tips? Oh, dude.
You talked about touring, mate?
Have I talked about touring? I
TV.
think it was the last thing that either of us wanted to talk about. He was on the same island, yes, but we didn't actually spend much time together. We both had our own families to be with over Christmas and New Year.
David, do you still collect old archive?
David, is there anything you've made that you're embarrassed by?
I'm about embarrassed. I think I'm disappointed in a lot of
You give me a
records.
list later if you want.
Disappointed in a lot of albums, that didn't ever come up too far. Lad Insane, but there again, in retrospect, I actually prefer it now than when I did it. I hated Tonight at the time, but I actually like that one.
What's your favourite album of your entire career at this moment in time?
Diamond Dogs, I like them. The Low Heroes Logic Period, Last Machine and half of Let's Dance. And Scary Monsters.
Turn it off.
And Ziggy. I like a lot of my stuff, I'm afraid.
What about Station?
Station, another good one. No, I like that one too. Actually, one likes bits of albums, but it's hard to like the whole. Actually,
leave that off.
Station and Heroes were probably the two most consistent pieces of work. So I'm not very consistent, but I think they're the most two consistent pieces of work.
What's your favourite music that you're listening to now?
It's quite wide, I guess. I tell you what I like at the moment. It's a piece called Different Trains by Steve Wright. That I think is absolutely
When are you rejoining the Beatles?
wonderful.
David,
Best question on that.
David, was the film,
No, it's not true. I'm not breaking up.
was the film project that you talked about from time to time with Mick Jagger
Yes.
really wishful thinking, or was there ever a real?
No, he seriously used to sit there and talk about it.
Have you got anywhere? Has anybody offered you?
Yes, it hasn't.
Do you still want it
These
to
things
happen?
never do.
Is it a joke, or do you really want it to happen?
Well, we were, 15 years ago, we were asked to do Shelley and Byron, and we never did that, and I think we should have done. That would have been quite interesting. So the way it's going at the moment, we've gone through Birkenhead.
Professional shut up. Yeah, that's
Ironic.
I suppose the next one could be Ginsberg and Burroughs, but I don't know.
How did the sense of tunes develop from the first album to the second?
It's been much more, Tim Machine, it's been far more, it's been far more of an introverted process the last album. I think taking everybody out of their environment, which I thought might be a good idea, taking them out of California and putting them in Sydney, it's really sort of spaced them out for a few weeks, and it was quite a good idea, because people started writing very differently. They wrote very much more interior.
Here's the last question, please.
Last questions, two last questions.
What's been the one highlight of your career today?
One highlight of my career today, waking up in the mornings. Seriously. It's one highlight of waking up in the mornings. It's great, it's a blessing. Thank you, God.
You've asked the fans to help choose the tracks for the live show.
Yeah.
What about the stuff you put on the album? Is that all your own decision?
That was Rico's decision, and I gave them my input, and they made up their own minds about which ones they wanted. I have a lot of faith in Rico. I think they're an extremely good company. They really look after the work that they're dealing with.
If you could get your names and people phone in for what would be on it?
It would be, well, yeah, it'd probably be a double album. Yeah, I think we've got another 3 tracks in this.
You've always been very interested in the visual side of your art as well as the sound side.
Yeah.
Do you still really care a lot about, say, your album covers or design of? Do you do it personally? Do you give advice?
Yeah, no, I work very much with whoever the artist is to be.
David, do you carry on working as hard as
Are you going to?
No, not quite as obsessively, but I think in probably a lot healthier way. Which may not be good for you, but it's good for me.
Will you actually make some films?
Will I make some films? No. Alright, here's a little ditty. We'll go out on this. Let's hope I can get the chords right. You can hear it. Oh, lighting there. Round shoulders and going to top. Round shoulders and going to top. Take protein pills, put your helmet on. Round shoulders and going to top. Medicine countdown, engines on. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. Now you have to use your imagination. Oh, you bought it. Right. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made it great. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. And it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is ground control. This is Major Tom to ground control.